Mr. President, last year when some of us held up placards saying referendums, Mr. Watson said that our behaviour reminded him of National Socialists in the German Reichstag. Mr. Schulz himself said that our behaviour put him in mind of Adolf Hitler. Well, I see you're in a difficult...
Sorry, Mr. Hannan. Look, I can see where you're going with this. I have said that on these questions, Mr. Gollnisch has asked for a point of order. He will make that point of order when the President is present. And that, I think, is the appropriate way of dealing with this. If you have nothing to say on the Fiona report, I'll move on to Mr. Brezina. Mr. Gollnisch, sorry, I heard what you said. You said Mr. Gollnisch does not speak for you. I'll report that to the House. Mr. Gollnisch is a member of the non-attached group. The non-attached group is not a group, but he does speak for a significant component of it. I accept that. And that is why I have suggested that Mr. Gollnisch makes his point of order when the President is present. You, Mr. Hannan, I don't propose to allow, because if I allow you, then everybody will want to have their say on this sensitive and important question. So I'm sorry. We're now moving on to Evans' explanations. Mr. Brezina, you have the floor. Hannan, on Mrs. Evans' report or something else?
Well, Mr. President, perhaps you'd allow me to make the general point that in an open society the right to free speech trumps the right not to be offended. And in a democracy, the only people who should determine whether or not we sit and legislate in a chamber are our constituents. The removal of a member can materially affect the outcome. Now, if we're going to be disinterested in our application of the rules, then we ought to censure obnoxious allusions from whichever side they come. But I think that there is something arbitrary and unfair about allowing Eurosceptics to be called Nazis.
No, hang on. Sorry, you strayed from the general to the particular. Now, Mr. Kamal.